Top 10 Zoos in the World You Must See. Imagine stepping into a place where lions roar so close you feel the vibration in your chest, where penguins waddle past as if auditioning for a comedy show, and where conservation meets wonder. Now here's the question. What if I told you the world's greatest zoos aren't just about animals, but about human imagination, culture, and even survival of endangered species? Stick with me, because today we're counting down the top 10 zoos in the world you absolutely must see. And I promise, number 1 will leave you questioning whether it's even real. But first, let's start with a zoo so vast, it feels more like a kingdom. Because the moment you see it, you'll realize this isn't just about cages and exhibits. It's about rewriting the story of wildlife. Number 1, San Diego Zoo, USA. If you thought the US had only fast food and skyscrapers to brag about, think again. The San Diego Zoo is often ranked the best in the world, and for good reason. With over 12,000 animals from more than 650 species, it's like stepping into a living Noah's Ark. Here, pandas once stole the spotlight, but the real magic lies in its innovative cageless design. No bars, no confinement, just wide-open landscapes that make you forget you're in a zoo at all. And let's be honest, it's also one of the few places you can walk past a flamingo and think, wow, I wish I had that confidence in pink. But if you think San Diego is impressive, wait until we travel halfway around the world to a zoo that floats on water. Number 2, Singapore Zoo. Singapore tucked in the lush rainforest. The Singapore Zoo isn't just a zoo, it's a tropical paradise. Imagine orangutans swinging freely above you as you sip your morning coffee. Yes, breakfast with orangutans is a real thing here. The open concept habitats blur the line between visitor and wildlife, so much so that you sometimes wonder who's really watching who. And don't be surprised if you catch yourself holding your breath as a Komodo dragon slowly locks eyes with you. It's the kind of fear that thrills. But Singapore doesn't hold the crown for biggest. That title belongs to a European giant that might just leave you lost in its wilderness. Number 3, Berlin Zoological Garden, Germany. Welcome to the oldest zoo in Germany and one of the largest collections of species anywhere in the world. Berlin Zoo is not just history, it's scale. Over 20,000 animals call this place home. From polar bears cooling off to pandas lazily munching bamboo, it's a contrast of extremes. And trust me, you'll never look at your dog's breakfast the same way once you've watched a hippo devour an entire watermelon like it's popcorn. But as massive as Berlin is, there's another zoo that takes the experience beyond animals into cultural storytelling itself. Number 4, Vienna Zoo, Austria. Known as the world's oldest zoo still in operation, founded in 1752, Vienna Zoo is where history meets modern conservation. Set within the grounds of a royal palace, you're literally walking through the halls of emperors while meeting creatures from every continent. It's the first zoo to successfully breed pandas in captivity, a reminder that zoos aren't just spectacles, but lifelines for endangered species. But if pandas and palaces impress you, wait until we fly to Australia, where kangaroos might just beat you to the exit gates. Number 5, Taronga Zoo, Sydney, Australia. Picture this. A zoo perched on a hill with sweeping views of Sydney's iconic harbor. That's Taronga Zoo, a blend of wildlife and skyline you won't find anywhere else. Here you can take a cable car over giraffes while catching the Sydney Opera House in the background. It's not just a zoo, it's a postcard that moves. And honestly, where else can you argue with a kangaroo about who gets the shady spot under the tree? But Australia isn't the only place where zoos reinvent themselves. In fact, our next stop is one where animals and art collide in ways you never imagined. Number 6, Loro Parque, Tenerife, Spain. Located on the Canary Islands, Loro Parque started as a parrot sanctuary and grew into one of the most respected zoos in the world. Here, conservation is at its heart, with entire programs dedicated to breeding rare and endangered species. But what makes it unforgettable is the sheer theatricality. Think dolphin shows that rival Cirque du Soleil. It's less day at the zoo and more front row seat to nature's Broadway. But while Tenerife dazzles with performance, the next zoo is all about size. And trust me, it's so huge you might need a map, a snack, and maybe a survival kit. Number 7. Moscow Zoo. Russia founded in 1864. The Moscow Zoo is one of the oldest and largest in the world. It houses over 8,000 animals across sprawling grounds that feel like an endless maze. What makes it fascinating is its mix of Russian architecture and exotic wildlife, a strange but striking balance. And when a Siberian tiger prowls past, you're instantly reminded that these aren't just animals. They're apex predators, powerful enough to make you question whether those safety barriers are really high enough. But if Moscow feels wild, our next zoo feels like stepping into a futuristic dream. Number 8. Beijing Zoo, China. The Beijing Zoo is legendary for its giant panda house, but it's not just pandas. It's over 14,500 animals and one of the largest zoos in Asia. The architecture itself is mesmerizing, blending traditional Chinese design with modern exhibition spaces. And if you've ever felt lazy eating takeout in bed, wait until you watch a panda devour 40 pounds of bamboo without breaking a sweat. But pandas are just the beginning, because our next zoo is built in a place where nature itself feels like magic. Number 9. Henry Dorley Zoo, Omaha, USA. Yes, Omaha. Don't laugh just yet, because the Henry Dorley Zoo is a global superstar. It boasts the world's largest indoor desert, the largest nocturnal exhibit, and an indoor rainforest that feels straight out of Jurassic Park. Here, you're not just observing animals, you're walking through their world, from underground bat caves to towering jungle canopies. It's immersive, thrilling, and sometimes even terrifying in its realism. But all of this leads us to the grand finale, the zoo that redefines what a zoo can be. Number 10. The Bronx Zoo, New York, USA. Welcome to America's largest metropolitan zoo, the Bronx Zoo. Over 265 acres of wildlife wonder right in the middle of New York City. From Tiger Mountain to the Congo Gorilla Forest, it's not just a collection of exhibits, it's an escape from the concrete jungle into a real one. But here's the twist. The Bronx Zoo isn't just about seeing animals. It's about realizing how deeply connected we are to them. And that, maybe, the survival of these creatures is tied directly to our own. So, which of these zoos captured your imagination? Was it Vienna's Imperial Panda Palace, Singapore's Rainforest Breakfast, or the Bronx Zoo's wild escape in the heart of New York? The truth is, zoos aren't just attractions. They're bridges between us and the wild, between past and future, and between survival and extinction. And here's your cliffhanger. This list is only the beginning, because if you think zoos are incredible, wait until you see the wildest animal sanctuaries and safari parks on Earth, places where cages don't exist at all. Click here to watch our next video on the top wildlife sanctuaries in the world, and take your adventure one step closer to the wild.